The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
What up, guys? It's your boy UAG here, back with another episode of the Weekly Retro Party. And I don't know if you've heard of this company, Into the AM, but those people over there sent me some clothes. I've been wearing them for a couple of months now, and I haven't done any videos on it because I wanted to see how it felt on me. But I'm loving it. This is one of their shirts. So go over there to Into the AM, use code UAG for 20% off, and I'm just letting you know you're going to love it. The clothes feel good on you. They got fitteds, they got everything. So check them out and tell them your boy UAG sent you. But without further ado, let me bring the other half of the crew on here. My man, your man, MGK. What's good, brother?
What it is, what it do.
What's man, it's been a week, bro. It's been a week.
It's been a hell of a week, bro.
We're halfway through, so thank you everybody for stopping by. Rich is in the chat. What up, my guy?
What up, Rich?
Man. So tonight I don't have any adult beverages on hand, but I do have myself, a diet Pepsi, of course. Sponsor the channel, guys. Stop being so cheap.
Gotta hit the pinky on.
Yeah, pinkies up.
Oh yeah, I got a beverage. Wifey done made a blast off for me.
So
delicious.
You know how we start the show. We always got to start the show with what the F moments of the week. So it's been a week. I've gathered some good stuff. Now I got one for you, and I'm always puzzled if this is real or if not, because some of the stuff that I see on here, I'm like, nah, it can't. This can't be real. So this one is a thread of a person who's dealing with a significant other in the text message, and I want to know your thoughts. Do you think that this is real or not? And so let me pull it up here, and I'll start reading it. It says, this is the guy. He says, "Hey babe, I just booked the beach house to celebrate your birthday." And she replies, "Oh my God, I love you so much. My friends, can they come? They could come, right?" "Oh, your friends?" "Yes, I'm only bringing Victoria and Blessing." He said, "Yeah, I guess. Although I thought it would just be us two, but it's okay. The house can contain up to 6 people." She said, "All right, babe, thank you." Same seems pretty innocent, right? What wait a minute. What let me oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. I I gotta why is it not okay. There we go. Go back because I want to make sure I'm okay. What the
You lost
I
it.
went too far. I went too far. Okay. Okay. So that was the first one, right? The next one. He says, "Hey babe, I packed. I'm ready. Should I come pick you up or are we going to meet at the airport?" And she replies, "Oh, I thought I already told you." "Told me what?" "Oh my God, it's kind of awkward. Babe, promise you won't get mad. You won't get angry." "Angry for what? What happened?" "Just promise me first." "Okay, I won't. Fingers crossed. You know I love you." He already said that because he knows something's going to happen. "Yeah, babe, I love you too." What happened was since the house had can just hold 6 people, and I've already told my friends I'll celebrate with them, and we're 6 in number. I meant to tell you, I'm so sorry. "So 5 can come along. Don't worry. We left already." "Huh?"
What?
"We've already on the airplane to the beach house. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you." "What are you even saying? On a trip that I fully paid for." "I know, babe. I'm so sorry. You promised you forgive me." "I organized everything for both of us, me and you. I paid for everything. I only allowed your friends because it's what you wanted. And now this is what I get? Just please tell me you're joking. Tell me that this is a prank." "No, it's not, babe. I'm so sorry. Babe, are you there? Babe?" Listen, go ahead. Have fun. "Thanks, babe. I know you'll understand. That's why I love you." "Hey, babe, we're at the reception. They can't find your name. There's they can't find your name there. What name did you use?" "Babe, missed call." "Why aren't you picking up? Where are you?" "Another missed call." "Babe, please respond." He said, "Yes." She's checking the system. She can't find it. Try using your name." That's what he said. He said, "Okay." Still nothing. It's okay. He said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. I canceled the reservation." So what? What happened? Okay, he's not on there. Okay, let me bring him back on. I don't know what happened. I say it says so okay, he says, "I'm sorry, babe. I hope you understand." She said, "Why would you do that? Please don't embarrass me like this. I'm really exhausted and I need to rest, please." He said, "You've always wanted to make stupid decisions. You can start by sleeping on the floor." He said, "Please, babe, this will be embarrassing. We're all tired and hungry." He said, "Go hunting. By the way, I also canceled your flight ticket. You can walk your way back too." He says, "What? I'm sorry, babe. Please, just let me come back home. Babe, missed call. Please pick up, missed call, missed call." And that's it. Do you believe now?
Yeah, I kind of do. This sounds like some dumbass stuff that somebody would try.
But the audacity that person has, that he paid for you to go to this lavish trip that could hold 6 people. He didn't want to even bring anybody. He just wanted to be you.
But that's what happens, man. That's what happens. You got all these people out there when they greedy. You know, they want, and that's how you see it when they want the stuff just for them. They like you just a sponsor of the good time. You see what I'm saying?
Like I can understand. Like, I mean, I don't understand, but at least you said you went on the trip without him. I hope you understand. Like, nah, bitch, nah.
No, you went on a trip without a trip.
That's probably, it's sad, but like you said, you could believe it, right?
Yeah. You went on a trip without a trip. That's really what happened. It ain't that you went on a trip without your man. You went on a trip without a trip. Because look, if I'm paying for the trip, I set the trip up, and I ain't going on the trip. It ain't no trip.
I'm still like flabbergasted that that's even possible. Meatball Saucy, what's up, bro? That MK kid, possibly at the end, you know, we have a show that we're running. So, yeah. So then here goes another one. This happened early in the week, right? But I want to see how you, if this, let me paint the picture. You're going to court, right? For your license.
Okay.
It's a Zoom call. You're doing it on Zoom. Right?
What? Court? You going to court on Zoom?
On a Zoom call. So I'm painting that picture. Let's hear what happens.
Okay. I'm like, how does that happen? But okay.
It's the new world. It's the new world. Let's go ahead. Let me bring this up a little better so we can see it.
You got me on.
Okay, so let's go ahead, bring this up, and tell me what you think.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present to Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great.
I mean, what you expect? You let a person Zoom their court date.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
That's what the charge is, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Dude, straight idiot.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6
Oh my God.
Day. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Look at his face. now, wait a minute. The plot thickens. It's a clerical error. His license was lifted from the suspension 2 years ago, and it's an error. But still, it's funny
It's
that
horrible.
he knows that he's going for that. That's what the case is for, and he has the nerve to be like, you know what? I could have at least been like, nah, yes, I drive, but I'm not driving right now because I know that this needs to get resolved. You're like, I don't know, like, call me stupid, but I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have did that.
Crazy, dog. I just can't imagine. Like, I can't imagine you in court and you like, yo, you in court on a driver with suspended license charge, bro. And all of a sudden he's just like,
he said, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, like, I guess that happens though, but
I mean, dude, this only happens in the world when you do Zoom court dates.
Yeah. I got another one for you.
All right. That was funny.
This one you're gonna have
that
to
was
read.
Hilarious. That was
Because
hilarious.
This one is a page that I follow for my city that I'm in, Charlotte. And so listen to what happened to this girl right here. I feel so bad for her. It's her friend. She says, I'll read it. It says, does anybody know him? He just robbed my homegirl, shaking my head. Was supposed to be helping her move her stuff from Concord, but literally let her load her stuff up in his trailer and drove off with everything she had. Her purse was in the car with all her stuff in it. She had done paid this man and all, and he literally ran off on her, bro. I can't believe motherfuckers really be hungry out here like that. She's trying to move her kids out of a situation, putting her in a whole unnecessary position for $100 fucking. Done took this girl's whole damn pocketbook, her TV, her money. I fucking hate people, bro, especially weak ass niggas like this for real. That's crazy.
Bro, I feel the same way, bro.
That's crazy.
I be hating these sorry motherfuckers, man. Like literally, yo, like, why you just ain't out here living, man? Why you got to be out here trying to, like, I mean, she already was paying you.
That's the thing. Like, you already got pockets. All right, next. This grandma's going viral. This is a grandmother.
Yo, I saw that. I was like, I did it.
She is a grandmother. Listen. If this grandma was in the streets and I was single, I'm sorry, I'm hollering. She could have the grandkids too. She could be with the grandkids. I'd be like, listen, let's go get them some ice cream.
She ain't nobody grandmama, man.
She's somebody grandmama. She's somebody grandmama.
I mean, she's just a young grandmama. That's all that is. The grandmama's getting younger and younger, bro. Cause you can tell she used to be in the club, but she used to get to the paper.
She's the grandmama that when you tell her like, yo, can you watch the kids? And she'll be like, no.
No, that's the grandmama.
I'm still going out.
That's the grandmama that's teaching everybody how to do the pole, bro.
And I just want to give a disclaimer right here, right now. I am not homophobic. I am not. I have people in my family, okay, that are bisexual, lesbian, whatever. But when I saw this post, I laughed and I had to show it. So let me bring it up. He said, before Pride Month, I would like to appreciate the 4 reasons why I am not gay again. When I saw this, I was crying. I said, you know what? That's fucking funny. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, you see me, right? Yeah. Bro.
If you can't laugh at that, I don't know what you can't. You can't laugh at anything.
My mouth dry. Sorry. Hello.
Right? Now
that's hot.
I still have some others that we have to discuss.
Okay.
But I had to show that. Now, this is the what the fuck moment for gaming, because I was taken back by this.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and bring this up. Right here. So Paper Mario came out, and at certain places, like Nintendo of America in New York City, if you order there, you can get this sleeve for it looks a replica of the original Paper Mario for the GameCube, the sleeve.
Yeah.
It was free.
Mm-hmm. If you pre-order it, right?
Yep. And so people went to New York City, pre-ordered it, and basically ran amok. And they're putting these things on eBay. You see them $75. One sold for $1,300. They're on sale for $1,500. This is a paper. This is not the game. This is the sleeve.
Hey, bro.
This is the sleeve, bro.
Somebody go get it and put it online. All you gotta do is print it out.
That's what they said. That's what they said. Like, it's literally just printed, bro. But come on, man. I'm all about a hustle, but $1,500
for a sleeve? Nah, it ain't going down for me. For one thing, I ain't paying that much for no damn game. No way. You already know that, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. I don't care what.
You're not getting the game. You just getting the sleeve, bro.
I'm not paying that much for none of that shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I also got visuals for today's segment. And I'm going to play this video. I'm going to give you a little preface to it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was this, I don't know if you see these videos recently that's been going viral where people basically are catching predators, children, child predators, going to like, they're like, oh, they're supposed to meet up with somebody to have sex, and then they get caught by like a YouTuber, be like, yo, bro, I caught you. Stop this. Well, there's a video, and I want to show you what happens to this guy who's trying to go have underage sex with a 13-year-old girl in Rochester, New York.
Okay. What would you like me to do?
If you could just tell us the truth.
Yes.
Right? You said.
Yeah, I did ask her to meet up with me. Yes.
Right. So, we can give this to the police.
Okay.
Or before we go in here, we can smack you a couple times.
Well, I got to go to work. So
just
if
real
I
quick.
go in with, you do what you got to do. All right. I'll tell you.
All right.
We good? Because I got to go to work.
Your name's Antoine, right?
Yes.
Stay away from little girls, all right, buddy?
You're right. I'm sorry about that, son.
No daps.
Okay.
Just stay away from little girls.
Bro, I couldn't hear
the
it.
shit out of him. You gotta fix your audio, bro.
No, it's like it depends on how you do it. Like if you do it like I'm silenced in the background when you do stuff like that.
Yeah, we're all silenced in the background, but we can hear it.
I can't hear it.
Son, bro, you gotta fix that because that's the second time, bro. That's the second time.
But I'm gonna go back and watch that though.
He got his shit slapped.
Dude, hold up. My thing was his eyes was cocked and they got even worse. How do your eyes like go for bloop bloop bloop? It's like his eyes like
oh man, when I saw that, I was like this, damn, that's fucked up.
Man, I ain't mad at that, bro, because I really hate that shit, man. Like I'm so pissed off, man, with these people, man, because like that's my biggest thing. Like when I'm coaching my girls, man, like a lot of these, like I coach high school girls, so a lot of these girls are like, grown women sometimes. And I was looking at something, the way some of these dudes, like I be telling them, man, conduct yourself, man, because you still a kid, and some of these dudes, man, around these grown ass men be like, they be making me want to punch them in their jaw, man.
I want to show you something cool. Now I want to show you something cool. Ready?
I'm ready.
Ready. Let's go. Fight. Game over. Wolverine win.
Oh,
isn't that
dope.
badass? That was
dope as shit.
Action, like stop animation.
Yeah, that was dope.
That's pretty damn cool. All right, and also before we get into the show, we do have a sponsor, and so we're gonna play their ad right now. First time,
Okay.
new sponsor. that was our sponsor, Corolla. That thing is gone. Unfortunately,
you got the beer goggles.
Yeah, he said, does this shit work? Oh, it was working for him. Oh man,
hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh man. So,
What's
with
up?
that being said, let's get into the topics at hand.
Okay.
Some things popped off this week, and actually everything happened around the same time. And one of the things I didn't put on the thumbnail, but we're gonna discuss because that MK kid talked about it, so we could talk about it as well. But I'd like to bring up the first one here is this. Let's go ahead and showcase it. A new color Game Boy is coming out from the people over here. What is it? Mod Retro and Chromatic, and this game system is coming out on around Christmas.
Okay.
$200. It's FGA. So you'll be able to use your actual cartridge of the Game Boy.
That's dope.
It has a 1-for-1 screen in terms of like what it looked like on the colored Game Boy to this. So, I mean, everything from the pixel perfect. It's an exact replica. They're also coming out with a new version of Tetris that's going to be packaged with this. It's a little pricey. It's $200, and it only can play Game Boy games. They're also coming out with their own games as well. Let me show you those games. There you go. These 6 games, the first 6 games that they're coming out with. So, but $200 and you can't play anything else. You know, they got the Analog Pocket, right? That is, it's a little bit more expensive, around $300, but you could play everything. You could play freaking Dreamcast games on that if you want.
Yeah, well, it's an emulator. It's a you know, a little different, a little bit different.
But I mean, it looks cool. Like this is some of the screens that this is actual screen footage. So
that's cool. The pixelation, it looks really good though.
Like, and it has exact replica of what the color comes out with, because they said that on the analog the color's a little bit off, but the color on this is supposed to be perfect.
I mean, I want to see how that works, man. You know, Nintendo a beast, so I hope they ain't,
Nintendo's a beast for things that have come out. You're gonna play actual licensed games on there. They license the Tetris. They're allowing you to. It's not ROMs. You have to have the physical cartridge to play it.
I got you.
Okay, and Meatball Saucy is talking about it now as well, so we could talk about this. Let me see if I could bring up an image of it. Because I saw it and I love what they do, but their pricing for me is a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But Buy Stuff Store is coming out with this, and let's go ahead and let me bring it up here. Let me share here. They need to do a better job with their music selection. I have to give them that. Like someone needs, pay Mason. Hook.
Get Mason Conrad on there.
Yeah. But dude, the artwork on this and the quality on this is next level. But when you doing all that and you're not a mass production company, that's gonna cost a lot of money. And so this right here, before the pre-order, the sale that they're doing, it's gonna be $4,000, bro.
Is what? How much?
4K. You're gonna get 60 games. It's a computer system. 60 games on there. Hall effect pedals. The steering wheels, 360 control. I mean, they're like really good ones, right? Working coin door light. The coin doors, you can set it up for free play or take the coins. It's really legit, but at 4K it prices me out.
Yeah, what Meatball said. He said his sit down from them costs $2,500.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, it's cool. It's fucking cool. If I had the money to burn, maybe, but I can't see myself spending 4K for this.
I guess if you like really wanted something where you could really play a lot of racers with other people, it's kind of cool. But I mean, my thing is like when I play a racer, I'm in my sim. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just gonna be me by myself. I guess that's the difference, right?
Yeah. Listen, but what's the cool thing about this? They know that they're expensive. They're trying to bring the money down. So they actually have a line, and I'm gonna fast forward it because we've seen for the most part what we need to see.
Well, it looked like what they're really trying to do is be a legitimate company, custom cab company, right? Yeah, you're like a legitimate custom cab.
And listen, it's not the first time other companies have done something like this, but this is cool that they bring.
I think it's nice. I think it's beautiful.
When there's like they usually their artwork, I wasn't so happy with them, but this one they did a really good job of trying to replicate what the super cab looks like. And let me show you the right here. Okay.
It's kind of crazy because I've never been like the biggest advocate for buy stuff store, for other situations and stuff that's happened in the past. But
look at this.
I'm not hating it.
They have price points for other people too.
Oh, okay.
So you could get a pedestal one.
Yeah, that $900 joint might be the one that get everybody though, bro. Because everybody got an old TV laying around.
What I want to know is, are you getting the computer still and everything? Because it says starting at $899. So are you just getting the guts and the hook for the TV? Are you getting the computer and stuff like that? We have to find a little bit more about that. It also is going to give you a 2-player 1-up upgrade kit.
That's what they got.
Starting at $550.
3-player AOU.
A 3 where?
Oh, the one for $899.
Doesn't. I guess you could. I think you could add it to your AOU. Yeah, they got one that you can add one here, right? Down here for $299.
So it look like they're giving you a deck for your AOU, and you can do the exact same thing that's on their big cabinet with your own pre-existing AOU. That is dope. That's dope. If you got an AOU that you're not playing and you want to do something with, or for those guys that were out there back when this stuff was really, really hot, and you had 2 or 3 of them sitting around, you had the A. I want to know, does it work with the A system and the B system? Remember, because there was 2 versions of the AOU. Like, I think it'd probably only work with the second one, because the second was the only one that took interchangeable decks. So it's probably only the second one.
Yeah. And then look, you got a 2-player option for Arcade1up, a 1-player option. You got a pedestal, and then you have the one that you just hook up the 1 player to your your ALU. So they're giving other options. They may not be as pretty as the 4K, but hey, you pay for what you get, right? So I got to give it to them that they've tried.
Okay, so Meatball, I see you said that's true to work with the ALU. I mean, but is it so? Like for me, I never bought the second version of the ALU that had, because you remember it was 2 versions, right?
Yeah,
because you had the second version that had the pinball buttons and everything. I never bought that one, and that was the one that you could do the interchangeable decks with. So my thing is that, are you only limited to the people that have the second version or the people that have the first version? Because since I had the first version, then I bought the pinball machine. I never bought the second version because
he said he got it and he used it on the 1.0.
Okay.
He says it's USB connected, so
okay,
you shouldn't have an issue. Now I have the second one, but I don't know. Like, again, it's cool. I'm trying to see how practical is it. Like, are you blocking too much of the screen?
I think it's gonna be the same thing as any driving game. Well, my thing is that, like, okay, like when you get it with an ALU like that. So let's keep it 100. Most people aren't gonna buy the big cab, right? Most, let's keep, a few people will, because they want dedicated cabs. A lot of people go see like this stuff with the ALU or the Arcade1up and they want to do it, right? Is that how many people are willing to mod or convert their ALU? Like how easy is it? Is it just a simple deck swap, or is it a permanent conversion? Like, some of these conversions these people put out are permanent conversions. It's not that easy to swap it back. You know what I'm saying?
It may not be easy, but you can do it. Like, that's the one thing that I say the ad games has an advantage, right? Mm-hmm. Because you can have like a Gamer Pro and you have that on the side for when you want to play your games. You could put that back in there and vice versa. Yeah, you're spending a little bit of money, and some people don't really want to, have to take that on and off, but you have that ability.
Yeah, I think that's hey, buy stuff. Hey, man, you got one. I mean, for those people that want it, I mean, that's a very viable solution for somebody who wants that. I'm not really into like a lot of old racers. I know I'm kind of like a sim person. I like to, I like some of those old racers, but like the old sim type racers. You know what I'm saying? First, the FPS.
Bro, this could have been an epic fail if they just would have came out with the big boy for that amount of money. They would have been like, "That's awesome," but ain't nobody buying that shit. The fact that they said, "Listen, we realize that this is gonna price a lot of people out. We're gonna give you some options. Here you go. You can either, at least play, be in the building, or you can stay at home and watch it on TV. Everybody has an option."
I got a good question. So, Saucy, if you got this thing, so every single one they're showing pretty much has like an artwork setup. So, is it coming with the artwork? Are you getting the artwork conversion with it? Like,
I think you are.
So, like, like for the $8.99, are you getting the artwork, or for the
$5.49? No, I don't. I think you get the pedestal version. I don't know if you're gonna get that stuff for the ALU.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, all these have the artwork on it. That looks pretty dope. I mean, if
they're gonna show you that, they got to show you that. But that's why they got that little disclaimer right there that says starting at that point. So I'm sure that's gonna add something. Bo says the ALU isn't strong enough for these racing games. You will need a PC with OTG. The old racers are fine with CoinOps X.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything that looks like anything in that video didn't look like it. Everything on that video like it will run on it. So I don't see them.
I don't know. Maybe that virtual racer, because they had virtual racing, and you didn't see it because I didn't let it play long enough.
Okay, I didn't see that, so I didn't.
They had virtual racing. They had some games on there that would probably push the limit of the internals of the
some of those single boards.
The alien, yeah. So I don't know if it would do that. But you know what? And I'm not a hater, so let me just say that right now. How they get around having these games on there without getting any pushback? Like, listen, they got YouTube videos on this. They're selling. They're a company, right? Like, I'm just saying. Listen. I'm not a hater. I'll buy it. I'm not a narc, right? I just want to know like how they get around that.
Hey, bro, let me know when you come back to the show.
I'm just saying.
Hey, man, hey, man, all of us been playing this game for a long time, man. So, if it's the IPs, man, it all depends on who's actually the owner of each IP. If they don't go after them, man, then
yeah, they said that they had cruising on there, so you're definitely gonna need a PC for that.
Yeah.
Now, there's some noise. Finally, some noise in the home arcade scene. Not from Arcade1up, but it's still noise is noise. And so we got another thing happening, and that is this. Evercade said, you know that game that you've been wanting for forever? Do you want the Alpha series? Well, boom. We're coming out with countercades of our own. Cartridge base, of course. Mm-hmm. And you can get those games finally. Now, it's not in the format that we want, but I guess if you're a collector, these would be hot. This is coming in at $250. If you pre-order now, it's $230. It's about 13 to 15 inches in width. It goes about 12 inches from the screen, 8-inch screen, little coins slots for the cartridges. They're gonna have two versions: the Street Fighter and Mega Man. This is the games that are coming out on the Mega Man. You got Mega Man 2, Street Fighters. Got the Alpha on there, Alpha 1, 2, and 3. Like that's hot. That's hot. So let's look at the games list here. For the Street Fighter one, you got Street Fighter 2 Champions Edition, Street Fighter Turbo, Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 1, 2, and 3. On the Mega Man side of things, you got Mega Man 2, Carrier Air Wing, Final Fight, Kings of the Realm, and Striker. So that's basically, if you combine these, is almost the Big Blue, right?
Yeah.
So except with the Alpha, they got the Alpha series on.
Yeah, got Alpha series, but
you can play the other cartridges on here, but a lot of those other cartridges are console games, so I don't know if that's going to be something. You got swappable marquees that are going to be coming out for this, so you can have the Street Fighter 2 Alpha, or Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, or you can have the Alpha screen on it.
This feels like a really good version of something somebody else tried to do sometime before.
Yeah, you gotta believe if John D was still with them, they probably would have tried to come out with this, or maybe that's why they couldn't do the Alpha series.
Hold on. So 250 pounds and 289 pounds. So we're talking about roughly $300 and $350.
Well, that's right here. I think if we go to the top, pounds. If we go back to the top, right?
You can switch over to US.
It's $230. It's gonna be $230.
So it's gonna be cheaper in the US.
Well, right now, if you pre-order it, it's really $250. But if you pre-order it now, you're getting it for that price.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And it's one player, but you can hook up with a control on it for the second player.
Now, what would really be cool if you could hook them together if you bought two?
That would be kind of cool. Linkable playing. That would be kind of cool.
That would be super.
I wonder. I wish it had HDMI out, kind of like the New Waves thing, so you could hook it up on a TV. Like, realistically, I don't see too many people playing on these because they're so small. But hey, if you could hook it up, it would be kind of cool.
Meatball, what are you talking about? I'm trying to figure out. It says, look at the Boss Up Store arcade site. You will see racing, flying, Star Wars, so Outrun, Ridge Racer, Fast and Furious games, boxes, all kinds of stuff.
Yo, these guys, they're living on the edge. They're like, yo, we got it. What you gonna do? Deport us? We're already in Canada.
Oh wow! So basically they giving you whatever skin you want with all the games and everything, huh?
That's why. So see, Meatball Saucy said they can't do HDMI with their license. That's why there's not on there, which makes sense. Kind of like they probably have that thing because Arcade1up had that issue too. And
I don't understand it. Why wouldn't you? So
because they have it's a certain license that they have, and you probably have to pay more for it. And it,
what license would keep you from using an HDMI cable? That's stupid.
That's the same thing that happened with iArcade. Their Sega games never worked with HDMI out because of the license that they had. So, hey, speaking of Arcade1up, though, of Arcade1up,
what's up?
I wanted
hold
to.
On. Would you buy? Hold on, before we leave, would you buy that?
I wouldn't buy it.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't buy it because it's priced too much. Arcade1up I think is better than that one, and I think it's priced too much. Now give it to me for $100. Let's talk.
My thing is it's that price, and then you still got to buy cartridges.
Yeah. At that, no.
I mean, I think it's a purist thing, man. Like people want those, like a cartridge machine. I think that's what they really giving you is a cartridge machine that people want, right? You know, not my form factor though. I ain't got no use for it.
And Meatball Saucy makes a good point. He says once you plug it to a TV, it stops being an arcade device and starts being a console.
Yeah, that's what I said. Then it becomes a console. Like I just said, that would be a console. I mean, because it's taking cartridges and you can plug it to a TV. It's not an arcade anymore. It's a console, right?
Yeah.
Because you not only are you have it to a TV, but you can plug in so you have interchangeable games. So it's a console.
So here we go, buddy. This is, like I said, Arcade1up. They've been quiet, but have they? Let's talk about this one. There's a post here that I, stumbled across. Okay. Right? And remember when this was supposed to come out? This is the Aliens versus Predator.
Yeah.
It was a leaked out, and people started getting hyped. They're like, "Oh, it's coming! It's coming!"
Yeah, I remember that.
And John D goes, "This is a recent post." He says, "They weren't supposed to shop this around. They had no rights." So either they didn't have the rights to the game, or he's just saying it just was never going to happen. And I think that's what it boils down to. This game was never going to happen.
I don't think so. I think that they were trying to get, so you got to remember they were doing business with Capcom, right? That's when John D was there, they was doing business with Capcom, right? So you got to remember, a lot of times they have to give these guys proof of conception type
concept,
arcade.
proof of concept.
Yeah, proof of concept. So for them to try to get the license, they probably built the arcade to show them the proof of concept so that they would get the license. The problem is,
but you got to remember at this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is when Disney just bought the rights to Fox. So you're dealing with Disney. You were dealing with right before you was dealing with Fox. Now Disney owns it. Disney is a company that tries not to mess with putting not negative, but like violence out there.
Yeah,
like John D recently
Disney violent, bro.
They're changing their ways now in a sense, but look at this. John D said that the Punisher will never see the light of day again as long as Disney owns them. in terms of video game because they don't want to show that violence out there.
What's
The last time we saw the Punisher on a cabinet was on the Marvel vs. Capcom Countercade.
But my thing is, what's the deal? It don't make a difference. It's not like it's the most violent game out there. It's just the name.
I think that might change the tune with them coming out with Deadpool and them coming out with another Punisher. Maybe they'll change their ways because they got to realize that these are games are for adults, and adults like that type of shit.
I mean, even they're for, not only are they for the adults, they're for our generation. Like these kids don't know what the Punisher is. They know what Deadpool is. They've been watching the movies, right? But honestly, it's gonna take a movie for them to get into the Punisher, right? It's got to be a good one because the Punisher is one of those super anti-hero type guys, right? He don't have no special powers. He don't have nothing like that. You just it's got to be a super duper storyline to make you get into it, right? So I mean, if they can make it work, then they need to try to figure it out. I mean, it's gonna if they put it out there, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the Punisher is basically Casey from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're the same person.
The disrespect.
Hey man, sorry. I mean, what's different? Except for one uses a gun and the other one don't.
One kills. He don't ask questions. The Punisher don't ask questions, bro. He just kill you.
But that's. I'll be quiet.
I get it. There are similarities, but you know that's a blanket statement to say they're the same. They're not.
I said. I mean, when I say they're the same, meaning they're like the same type. They're both those anti-heroes. They're bad guys you want to like because they're actually helping people, right?
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
That you're right about.
We say Bo knows Tecmo. The Punisher game doesn't with MVC games.
Doesn't go with MVC. It doesn't, but they had them on there because they put all the Marvel games on there. So here we go. Here's another story. So you know Xbox is doing a showcase very soon. I think it's this week.
Yeah.
Rumor has it on the 7th that they were going to be announcing their handheld game console.
I mean, I think they've been talking about it for a while, but
do you think that this is just a rumor, or do you think that this is legit? That this is gonna? I think it's happening, but is it gonna happen on the 7th?
I don't know. I mean, so okay, we know what the problem is. So this leads into something that I wanted to talk to you about too. So, and I hope I'm not jumping the gun here. So you got all these handhelds. We had a really hot handheld season for last year before last, when all these handhelds came out. They was coming out back to back. It was everything between $300 to $1,500, and you had all these Uber handhelds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you got the ROG Ally X coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and look at the specs on the shit. The shit is basically everything that you modded your Steam Deck or ROG to be, coming straight out the box, right? So we know that the Steam Deck 2 is going to be coming out soon because of the time frame. They said 3 years, and it's been about 3 years since you really had the Steam Deck. My question is, we know that Valve and Microsoft don't like each other, so there's not going to be, even though they got it looking like, it's a Steam Deck out there, just looking like an Xbox, is that has Microsoft finally developed a Windows handheld version that will optimize gameplay? If they don't develop the game store or a launching app to be able to put on that handheld to make it work like the store, then it's not. If you can't put just the Xbox dashboard on it and make it work and optimize for mobile, it's not gonna work, bro. Valve kills it with that.
Listen, Bo makes a comment here. He says the only issue is that he doesn't want to play his games lower quality, lower than a Series S. I think this was going to be is a portable Series X. They said if you get the internals of a Series S, it's a lot of like just things that you could just compact them and put them into a
Yeah, I
handheld
mean,
if you
you
really
gotta
want to.
Yeah, think about they basically, when you get those Samsung TVs with the Xbox built into it, it's basically a Series S flattened out. That's all it is. It's basically the same size of a handheld. That stuff was a lot of air. It was a lot of air and weights inside of the Series S. So, you know, you're gonna have the same playability. The screen is probably gonna be a 1080p screen. The problem with everybody wants these high resolution screens. You got to remember, the high resolution screen you get with a screen that's small means that everything on the screen gets smaller, right? So it's not that they don't want to make higher resolution screens, it's that you don't want to condense the pixels so far down that you can't see what you're doing, right? So you go with this 4K screen, but now it's really clear, but you can't see shit because it's so small. So you blow up these other screens, you know, the 1080 screens or whatever, and they're bigger and you can see the stuff that's on it. And then you complain because you say it's not high enough resolution, but they're actually trying to make it where you can play the game. So, but when you plug it in, just like you had when you had the Steam Deck, you're gonna plug it in and it's gonna probably give you native resolution of 4K or whatever when you use it as a console. So yeah, you're gonna be able to go on the road. The resolution is gonna be a little bit lower, but technically these games are just meant to play a little bit while you're out, dock it when you're at home, and continue your gameplay when you're traveling or whatever it is you're doing. So I mean, I think it's gonna be dope if Xbox can figure out a way to really get the homepage, the launcher, and the store, like like they're gonna put Game Pass on it. If it becomes a mobile Game Pass unit,
if it has Game Pass, I'm sorry,
it's a go.
This is probably, if anything could kill the momentum of the Steam Deck, is this. Now the Steam Deck will still exist because there's a lot of PC gamers, and you have PC gaming mobile, but this is for the console owners. Yeah. And the console owners are going to jump on this with the quickness.
I got one for you. So Microsoft had partnered with Verizon a while back, right? You remember that, right?
Yeah.
And they was basically giving away Xboxes. So what happens when you make a Microsoft handheld, basically a walking Series S, and you partner with somebody like Verizon, and you have a SIM card that you may pay, that's an additional $5 to, or they give it to you with your Microsoft account. So now you pay $5 with it, right? And now you have your whole library or your home Game Pass mobily with service from like Verizon. You don't need anybody's Wi-Fi. You don't need to tether it to your phone. As long as you have cellular service, you can play, because you're basically playing. You're streaming the game anyway, right? Because you're playing from the Game Pass.
Yep.
That'll kill the scene.
And their library on its own is like Bo knows is massive. So you got to see the appeal that it's gonna have. Thank you.
Oh, now it's gonna be dope, bro. I mean, like they can take it so many ways, and I want to say that if we're sitting here talking about this right here, imagine what those concept rooms are at Microsoft are like when these people are sitting down with money, right? And they can throw stuff into this thing and they're trying to make it work, right? They got to be having, and then they're coming out to people that are probably, that they feel are probably a little bit more echelonish than us, right? Some of these gamers, and they're like, hey, what do you want? Well, I want a handheld. I want it to be cool. I want it to have good battery life. I want it to be able to play the game. If it's going to be Xbox, I want it to be able to play my library. You know, I understand. I don't want to have to download. See, the biggest problem they're going to have that they're going to be cool if they can fix it that Steam has. You know, if they can do it remotely, is updates. That's the only thing that kills the Steam Deck for me. Is every time I turn my Steam Deck on, I got a ton of updates. Every time I turn on my PC, I got a ton of updates. But when you turn on your Xbox, you have some updates. But if you're playing from the cloud, you don't have no updates.
Well, you know they're going to leverage the cloud because they're going to leverage Game Pass.
That's what I'm saying. So you won't have updates. So say you want to play, what's a good game? You want to play Halo, right? You're playing Halo. Well, guess what? You're playing Halo without updates. because they're all on the server.
There are limitations to that, but I hear you.
You just download packets.
Now, what's cool though is that if you can continue your gameplay, like I'm playing like our role playing game on my console.
You're playing
Hogwarts. I'm over here. I can switch over to my handheld, then go back home and finish the game like seamlessly. That is an advantage. But I think they got to do that. I think they got to do that to kind of, have that edge. Because you're making this to be a companion, and to your Xbox. You want to get into the ecosystem of Microsoft. I got my handheld when I'm out. Come home, I'm playing my console XYZ, or I'm playing in the bathroom. My wife is on the couch playing a game. We're playing against each other. That'd be fucking cool. Yeah.
So basically, what you think about what you just said though. So they're gonna have to develop that. But what you're basically saying is that in the ecosystem, unlike PCs and some Steam games, and it's the same thing. It's a one purchase situation, right? So you purchase one thing across the board and it plays everywhere. That's what you're saying. That's dope. I mean, if they can make that work.
That's what I want. I'm hoping that's the way they're going. Because you got to remember Phil Spencer, like when his goal is that he doesn't care about the system so much. He wants that every screen possible to be an Xbox. Yeah. Whether you're on your cell phone, whether you're on your television, you got your Xbox, you got this new handheld, everything just interacts with one another, and that would be freaking awesome.
Hey, Bo, I agree with you. That would be dope. I mean, considering that everybody, even now, if you look inside of my my Steam Deck case, I have a hard drive in there now, right? Where I'm just like, say I'm doing game saves, right? So I get it. Only problem is they don't translate over, right? They translate to what I'm playing there. Now the games pick up because they pick up because they're in the cloud. Like if I'm playing, I don't know, whatever. If I'm playing something that's online based, then of course it'll pick up because I have to be online to play it. Now my question for this, like I said, the biggest question about this with all handhelds is most of your AAA games require for you to be online, right? How is Xbox going to be able to leverage you being online, which is I said with the Verizon joint, right? So that you have the game save, you have the pass on, you have that ability to be able to play those games while you're moving, standing still, docking, traveling from place to place to place. That's going to be the hard part. If they can make that work, if they can make it where playing online is not a chore, but is a built-in necessity or a built-in spec of the game. Like the minute you turn it on, you're connecting to internet and you're automatically into that ecosystem, and you're not having to do all this other stuff to do it, and you syncing your Xbox and you're syncing your accounts and everything is together. That's a win, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I got another thing for you, bro.
Okay.
So, you remember the craze where everybody was getting crazy about these VR headsets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, PlayStation's hasn't been doing so well. Like to the point where the people don't even want to make games for it because they said they don't make money. There's not enough people buying games for these, so they said we're just stopping developing these games.
I get it.
So, and PlayStation is one that if it ain't making money, they will abandon that shit quick.
Oh yeah.
You remember the PlayStation View? All those little products, these niche products
they got
that
all
they
these
make,
products, the handhelds, the products, all this shit, man. They cut a project in a minute.
They're like, because they're not going to waste their money on something that's not good, that's not making money. Well, their VR2 isn't doing well, so they said, listen, let's leverage this. They're going to come out with an adapter that you can actually use your PlayStation VR2 on your computer. The adapter is going to cost $60. You can, start using it on your computer. Now, the caveat is it's going to lose a lot of the features, like the rumble, this, that. There's a lot of features that makes it appealing. The reason why you bought it, but you won't be able to use it on the PC. Now, you got to believe that the hackers are going to hack and they're going to be able to figure it out and get you those features, but it's not going to be supported by PlayStation. And that kind of sucks. Like, why give us half-ass? I guess they want you to still buy the PlayStation 5.
Well, I mean, my thing is that, dude, because right now, if you have your what you call it, VR, your what's the thing, the Quest, it plugs into your PC. I bought one for $100, bro, and ran it through the ringer. I bought a Quest, was that a Quest 2 or whatever it was? 120, 128. I bought it from somebody, man, and went and deep cleaned it and everything, bro. And I love it. It's a really cool toy. But honestly, like some of the stuff that you have to do to make it work with the PC, like if they can, like using the VR on the PC is a whole different level of trying to use your VR. It's not easy. It's not plug and play. So I hope it works for them, bro. But I know just from me trying to use my Meta Quest, which was actually designed in partnership to work on PC with the PC, that shit don't work that nice, man. It just ain't that good.
Yeah. I mean, I see this the way of the television 3D TVs. Remember 3D TVs? Everybody wanted one. Everybody was hyped for it, and it costs a bunch of money. And
I still got one.
But you got it. If we're being honest with one another, it didn't have a lot of support. It didn't catch on, and it died real fast. Those 3D movies that you could see it on, those died out. Everything died out.
Part of my Plex server, and you remember because you stayed at my house. Part of my Plex server is all 3D, and it was all 3D. I had a whole 3D library in there specifically because I had an LG 3D TV. Now I'm gonna say this: I had the adaptive, not the active. So I had the ones that had the movie theater glasses, like the ones you get when you go to the movie theater, right? So basically, I could literally for a long time, I was basically stealing the damn glasses from the theaters every time I went to the movies and taking them home, right? I just grab a whole bunch of them, and I had at one time I had 50 pairs of glasses. Like I had this big wicker basket with glasses in it, and I would have these 3D movie nights where I wanted everybody to come over to the house and watch 3D movies, and nobody was interested in the shit. It's like
it felt like a very much of a gimmick. You saw one movie and you're like, oh my god, it's awesome, and
yeah. And it had the ability to convert any movie into 3D, which was cool. But it just was a thing that it just fell by the wayside.
And you know what also is the issue though? Hollywood is really not supporting it. Like Hollywood is like when you see a movie in 3D, usually they suck. They're not. A lot of movies aren't meant for being like. If you see something like maybe the Avatar, where they thought about it. Hey, let's do this. Yeah. Let's really leverage the stuff for it.
So you got to remember that what was it? Not the Avengers? Was it like a couple of the Avengers came out in 3D? Because I saw the Avengers in 3D. So Disney was a big proponent for that stuff. I think didn't Spider-Man come out in 3D too? Like the first couple?
Yes. So I'm going to tell you the movie that made me say I will never watch a 3D movie again was one of the Final Destinations. I saw it.
Why did you go watch that in 3D anyway?
Because I wanted to see the death in 3D. I thought it was going to be fire. The only thing that was in 3D was like the credits in the beginning. I was like, this is bullshit. I will never go see another 3D movie again, ever again.
I love 3D movies. You know, when I got my LASIK, I was like, it pissed me off because I got my LASIK late. And then now that I can just see, Like they don't freaking make 3D movies anymore. Like they really like it's every blue moon or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then the messed up part about the 3D movies is they have a shelf life, so they only run them for like 2 weeks, and then everything just goes to regular because nobody actually goes to watch the 3D movie
because it's because they want to, you know, a lot of times they show that because they want to get the extra money. And that's the reason why a lot of people stop liking it, because they're just trying to leverage you going to go see their movie in 3D and get more money. Here you go. I want you to see this. This is coming out, bro.
Ooh.
American Gladiator is getting a reboot on Amazon. Remember,
Okay.
do you remember that? Do you remember? Yo,
yes.
Some of them chicks,
Turbo.
bro, on there. You're like Saber. You remember Saber? Her big white ass. Like if I wouldn't walk it down the aisle against her. Like she would fuck you up, bro.
Yeah,
that's some big bitches.
You know they had a big reunion for all of them, right? They did a reunion with all.
I know they did a show like recently talking about how you know, like the making of it and stuff like that, and how like during the what the pilot, like bunch of people got hurt, like really hurt, like the contestants, and they're like, oh, we got to make it a little bit more safer and stuff like that. But I'm hyped for this. I don't know if it like reality TV, like Ninja, like what's that thing, American Ninja. It kind of makes it feel like this, so I think it's a good time for this to come out.
I got you. I think so. Since we're talking about cool shit that's coming out, I got one for you. Do you know about this? So, were you a big 80s sci-fi movie person?
Of course. Who wasn't?
So, how down are you for Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game?
I've the game. They're coming out with the game.
It's already out, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, man. Yeah.
I gotta check that out.
So for all you people that, if you remember, so I think that's a good concept, right? You get somebody, you take an old game that had a really big cult following, right? Like that game had a stupidly large cult following, right? Almost like big, like what was the movie with Seymour? Big house,
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, like all these movies that had those big cult followings, right?
Feed me, Seymour.
Yeah, but now you got a movie that was like a stupidly stupid sci-fi horror killer movie, right? And then they took that IP and made a game out of it, and it looks pretty dope. I've seen a couple people talking about it. So if you guys get a chance, I think I'm gonna buy it. I think it's $40 right now. So it's $39.99 on Steam, and put it in your cart. I wouldn't say that I'd necessarily buy it right now, but I think they're going to need traction, right?
Listen, there's always CD keys. Check them out. Maybe they could get you a little discount.
Yeah, so check it out.
All right, bro. Here goes another thing that I wanted to talk about before we head out.
Okay.
You know this, man. Jordan Peele is in talks with Marvel to direct the movie. I'm excited because this man, Get Out was awesome. He did episodes of the Twilight Zone when they did a reboot of it.
He did the whole reboot. The whole reboot was his. The whole reboot
and was his. He recently executive produced a movie called Monkey Man, which was a really great movie. Yeah. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I like Nope. Us was okay.
I like Us, man. Us was my movie, dude. I like Us. It was deep, bro.
It had its moments. I love the dude, Duke Winston. I like him. You know, the girl, I forgot her name, but she's a badass. Yeah, she's badass. She's sexy.
The other chick from both of them played in
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, in the Wakanda movies. So the Black Panther movies.
So that's cool. I'm excited to see what he would do. Like, but my question for you, given what he's done in his past in his filmography, what would he do? Like, what would be his like? He's not going to do an Avengers movie.
Blade.
Is he going to be a
He should have did.
That's
Blade.
what I was thinking. He has to be, but they already got a director for Blade.
But they've already had 22 directors, so why not?
This is true. This is true. This is the movie that's never been. You know, they've been talking about this since 2018, and it hasn't been made yet.
You would tell you why I would love to see him as the director for Blade. It's not because because Disney's gonna do all this sci-fi shit anyway, right? This is gonna keep it quick. It's not gonna be his idea about the sci-fi, but I would love to see Blade as it was in the comic books. They really fucked up Blade when they came to the movies. I like the Blade movies. Don't get it twisted, but Blade was a really dark character, and they had to soften him up a whole lot for the movies. Blade was a really dark character in the comic books, and I would like to see somebody who has more of a horror background or a dark background portray somebody like Blade, because I think that where they tried to do Doctor whatever that is, yeah. I think there's somebody who can really take that and really make Blade dark and gothic and really you know what I'm saying? I think
but would Disney allow him to get that dark? I mean, I guess they are, because they're letting Deadpool be Deadpool. So
it's all about the money.
Yeah.
You know, let's keep it one. They can be as woke as they want to be, man, but that check stroke itself is gonna be what it's gonna be. Because that's the only reason why they let Ryan Reynolds do what he do, is because it makes money. The investors in the board they know that that's $1 billion franchise, bro.
Yeah. So I'd love to see him. I hope it's just not talks. I hope he gets a movie. I'm excited to see what it is.
Yo, so question, you talk about Deadpool. Have you seen how much them damn popcorn bucks is gonna be this price for?
What, the $50?
Yeah, but you see, like, the resale is gonna be stupid, bro.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna get it. I ain't getting it on the resale. I gotta pull some, call some people. I'll get it. Now, with that being said, we'll end it with this. I saw Monday, Bad Boys Ride or Die is the 4th installment from the franchise.
And congratulations on your review, brother. The best review you have ever done so far to this point. Now that you had some bad ones, we know you talked about it. You done had a couple that I was like, bro, you could have kept. But your review for this right here, actually, it made me want to go see it, and I can't wait to go see it. So,
dude, remember the conversation that we had was there's movies that are coming out that you could just be like, I could wait. It's not worth going to the theater. This movie I think it's going to be the first blockbuster movie of the summer. I think it's going to do excellent, because not only do you have two icons in comedy, right? But you have a long-standing franchise that's been out since 1995. And it's a fresh take on it. Like,
Pharaoh's Mind is in the chat. What's up, Pharaoh's Mind? What's up, Miss Lady?
It's an awesome movie. They did some awesome camera shots on here that you've never really seen, where it was like a first-person shooter. It's fucking awesome. They had drone shots in it. They really did their shit, and it was fucking funny as hell. It was action, comedy, everything.
I got a question. So, you watched the movie. So, you said first-person shooter, like, and they did like some first-person stuff, right? So, one of my favorite movies that a lot of people probably don't. Why can't I think about the name of the movie?
Hardcore Harry?
No, Gamer. So you remember the movie Gamer, right? It had a bunch of first-person shooter stuff in there, right? So you could actually see it from the eye of old boy while he was being controlled by the kid while he was out there playing the video game.
I know what you're talking about with Gerard Butler.
Yeah, so
that.
Like I thought that was shot. Like the movie was iffy, but the way they shot that movie made it a classic for me. Like I love watching it because I love the cinematography of that.
Then you'll love this. It's that scene, like, and it's so cool. And they showed behind the scenes of it, he has like a harness on and he's shooting it and he's controlling it, so he flips it so you could see his face when he's holding the gun, and then flip it back when he's to see that, and that is awesome way. Very revolutionary, I think, in terms of that.
Cool. That sounds a whole lot like Gamer. That's why I can't wait to see it. That's one of my favorite movies. I thought that shit was dope. A lot of people didn't give it the credit, and I want to see that.
There's a movie that came out a few years ago called Hardcore Harry or something of that nature, and it was all shot in the one in the first person, and you see hard parkour and all this.
Yeah, I remember this. The whole time it's like he was killing people and stuff like that. Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah. That movie was crazy. It was a little bit much because it was too much of it. But in this movie,
that movie made people sick, bro. They had to have a whole warning because people was throwing up at the movies.
But guys, I can't stress enough. This is a good movie to go to, whether it's a date, whether it's maybe not with the kids, unless they're a little bit like a teenager, but it's definitely worth going to watch. And the sound on it, because I've seen it in IMAX, man, soundtrack is good. Everything. And the previous one, Martin, he didn't feel like Martin to me. Mm-hmm. He felt like he was going through the motions and just
he was really sluggish, right? He was like, damn. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I saw in the last. And I was like, damn, man, Martin. Because Martin had this stroke shit, right?
Yeah.
So you was like, damn, man. As a pseudo Martin fan, I wasn't I really wasn't a big fan of the Martin Lawrence show and shit like that. The Martin show, Martin, it was okay, but I like Martin Lawrence, right? So I kind of felt bad watching it because it almost felt like they was putting him in the movie to make money because he wasn't really, he really couldn't act right, and the way he was talking and moving kind of sucked. And if you say he kind of picked it up, man, I'm kind of happy for that, man.
Dude, it felt like he was in his old form. It really did. It really did. And Will Smith, he went through his shit, so I'm happy that he's bounced back and he's doing his thing. They kind of, I don't know if it was a joke, but or not, but it's something in the movie that you're gonna enjoy. And like I said in my review, the guy who stole the show, even though he has probably the smallest amount of screen time, is Reggie steals the movie, bro.
Reggie's back. Everybody love Reggie, right?
Reggie is back. He was funny as hell. DJ Khaled's there. Freaking John Sally. All the callbacks to old times. Even the what's the guy's name? I forgot what you would call him. The commissioner or the guy, not the commissioner. What would you call your boss from the police station?
The chief.
The chief is there. And even though he plays it in the past, he's in there.
He's dead. How the fuck is he?
He's in it, but not in it. Like in flashbacks and through a video. So it's really good.
He's fucking
Enjoy
dead.
it.
What the hell?
Go watch this movie.
Oh yeah, because I remember seeing the credits. It was like on the trailer, like, if you're watching this, I'm fucking dead. Fuck.
The dude had a Pepto Bismol and whiskey drink. Like, I said, that's disgusting. Oh man, so go watch that. It comes out this Friday. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. So that's the show, guys. You got anything to add to it, buddy?
Nah, man, I love you guys, man. We just sit back and have this chit chat, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I look at these numbers, man. And I was like, at first I was a little upset. I was like, man, we're not getting the numbers, man. But it's the same thing I said when I was doing my show with Dan, and I wish Dan a great time, man. I know that he's going through some things. For all you guys, pray for a lot of these. Understand this. Our community is very small. So we got a lot of people who aren't doing videos and stuff anymore for whatever reason. Please pray for them. A lot of people have gone through some things in life, and they're going through some things with their families, and have had massive losses and things like that. So pray for them. Understand that this community is still tightly knitted. If the people that were fair weather So like these numbers that we have now are reminiscent to the numbers we had when we first started this. Remember that? And we was like, oh man, this shit ain't picking up. And it was like, how many years ago was that now, man? It's like 4 or 5 years ago. It's kind of crazy, right? Yeah. And now like it's like I'm just enjoying it. The older I get, the more I enjoy it, the more I enjoy good friends and having good conversations, and the people that watch the streams, I know they're genuine. So I love you guys and thank you, man. Thank you for coming through always.
Yeah. Couldn't say it better, man. I'm enjoying myself. I'm taking it life the way it is. Sometimes we take things too serious. Life is short. Enjoy it while you can. Stop and smell the roses.
Exactly.
Enjoy it, because before you know it, you blink and it's over. And then we lose loved ones as we go. My dad and stuff like that. It happens. But appreciate it while you can. With that being said, guys, I love you. MGK, you know what to do.
So you guys, I know I said a lot just then, but hey man, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. And we love you for it. We ain't bull crapping with you, man. We really do love you. It's a tight-knit community. Those people that are here, we know that you want to be here. So thank you so much. We love you. Peace, salute, good night.
What my man said. Also, I got a message for some of you other guys.
Better luck next time.
What are you gonna do? I have a plan. I want you to change my grade.
Why should I do that? This rate will be here all day. Oh!
Get your rocks off.
Oh!